Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Troy David Phillips here at Flashback Comics in Woodbridge, Virginia. And today I am going to answer a question that was posed to me here on the YouTube channel. I was asked to do a spotlight on the Amalgam universe. What is the Amalgam universe? Well, to answer that question, we have to go way back into the 1990s, 1996 actually, and we have to look at Marvel vs. DC. A joint collaboration between Marvel Comics and DC Comics brings our two universes into contention. Each universe has a universal embodiment, two brothers, each one red, one blue, representing these two comic titan universes. The battles are played out, smaller fashion, by representatives of each side. And we see contests like Aquaman versus Submariner, Superman versus the Hulk, Batman versus Captain America. Now, some of these competitions were voted on by fans. You could get a ballot out of Wizard magazine and check off who you thought should win the fight, and those ballots were tallied and the results were written into the story. The majority of the battles, however, the outcomes were determined by the creative teams, and they set up the conflict so that in the middle of the series, we had an interruption as the two universes briefly merged together. Now, for that month, Marvel Comics and DC Comics jointly suspended the publication of all of their other line and replaced instead with 12 issues that were a collaboration of their characters merged together. We saw things like Bullets and Bracelets, which was Frank Castle the Punisher teamed up with Wonder Woman. We saw Amazon, which was a full amalgamation of Diana Prince, Wonder Woman, and Aurora, Storm from the X-Men. These titles were actually a lot of fun, and the two creative teams joined together to create not only the fictitious backstory within the comics, but as well, they had letters pages. And these letters were actually a work, it was a fake, but the letters were meant to make it seem as though this fictitious universe had existed for decades. Right here in my hands, I'm holding a small representative stack of Assassins and the exciting X-Patrol and the all-new, all-different X-Patrol, the aforementioned Super Soldier, Spider-Boy Team-Up and Spider-Boy, Speed Demon, one of my favorites. It combines Etrigan the Demon and the Flash and the Ghost Rider all together into one character. Of the crossover titles, and there were many more, but the most important one, written by Ron Mars, was Doctor Strange Fate, a combination of Doctor Strange and Dr. Fate, but it was more. Underneath of the golden helmet of Naboo was the telepathic Professor Xavier. Dr. Strange Fate was one of the few characters who realized that all was not right and that there were once two universes which had now merged. Dr. Strange Fate attempted to prevent the universes from unraveling. However, he was not successful. The two brothers looked at each other at the conclusion of this story and realized that they each deserved to exist, and so they amicably parted. And we went back to having the Marvel Universe and the DC Universe. Actually, we ended up with the Marvel Multiverse, and in the pages of Infinite Crisis, the DC Multiverse returned. So, in a nutshell, that is the story behind the Amalgam Universe. But that wasn't the end of the story, because DC and Marvel teamed up one more time and did a return to the Amalgam Universe. Once again, 12 more titles from both companies. So in toto, you have either 24 one-shots to collect, or you have 4 trade paperback compilations to collect. In either case, I strenuously recommend that you collect all of these things. The series was actually a lot of fun. So, Marvel vs. DC, the Amalgam Universe, and let's not forget DC Marvel Access, and then later DC Marvel All Access, just to bookend the whole thing. That was the Amalgam Universe. Thanks for joining.